Nigerians have continued to decry the impact of the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol, saying the decision was ill-timed. Not only that, the Nigerian Labour Congress has pulled out of the negotiation with the government on the matter, while the Trade Union Government Congress remains in touch with government. Correspondent Kunle Ojo in this report examines the implications of this and many more on the polity. Here's the report.
The nature and scope of palliatives and negotiation skills with labor unions are expected to test Nigerians' current resolve to jettison fuel subsidy in the coming weeks. On Monday, after taking the oath of office in a colorful ceremony attended by local and foreign dignitaries, President Bola Tinubu announced that the fuel subsidy is gone. Nigerians says the inevitable removal of petrol subsidies without a detailed nature and scope of palliatives will lead to serious confrontation from labor unions, which have always threatened to resist any attempt to remove subsidy on petrol without full restoration of the refineries in the country.
There was no planning, there was no consultation, there was no preparation before the announcement was made. Unfortunately, the announcement came out, it became law. And that is why it is so painful. And it came with even more pain than it should have come with to an average Nigerian.
I've always been an advocate of dialogue. Honestly speaking, I am of the opinion that before the commencement of this withdrawal, there should be a kind of, communication between the government and the governed. People, even down to the grassroots, should be told what is the essence of this subsidy, why is government withdrawing it, and what is the benefit of this withdrawal. There should be a kind of education, communication between the people and the government.
In other words, it's not as if the pain is just for a selected number of people. The pain is just for every Nigerian. But it's a pain that we must bear.
To them, the new government ought to have announced some sort of social safety net, cushioning the most vulnerable Nigerians from the impact of the subsidy removal alongside the decision to remove petrol subsidy.
Look, we are just seeing it. What we are seeing now is just immediately now, fuel pump price that has gone up and the cost of transportation. The effect of cost of transportation on so many areas now will be felt after now. And so the pain is just starting. And that is why the president will do well. You can imagine you have made the announcement before you now start consultation.
And what comes to an average Nigerian is that, fuel is now 500 naira. They do not know why is it so. How has it been? Or what do you intend to achieve with this 500 naira price tag? So I think there should be a kind of dialogue, sensitization, education of why government is taking this step.
In this year 2023 budget, there had not been any provision for subsidy as regards June, as regards July 2023.
In Africa's biggest economy, protesters often shut petrol stations, formed human barriers along motorways, and hijacked buses in anger at the government's lifting of fuel subsidy, a development that often triggers a wave of protests. As of the time of this report, the Nigerian Labour Congress is yet to respond to Tinubu's decision to remove petrol subsidy. The position of labor unions is that the nation's four refineries should be functional before subsidy removal.
This government is new, and let us give them a bit of doubt. Let them come out with policies that can also support the workers in this country. It is true that people are hurting. This thing came all of a sudden, although they have been campaigning about it, removing for subsidy all over the time. But then we must, as labor leaders, be able to accept and welcome the government for at least 3 months. Let's see 100 days in office what we're going to do.
Like the labor movement has demanded, one, we should enjoy subsidy till the end of this month, June. And by then, there should have been other players welcome into the market so that NNPC will not be the sole importer. If there is no subsidy and NNPC remain the sole importer, there will be a monopoly.
The organized labor noted that the effective policing of the nation's borders to stem the rate of petroleum product smuggling must also be implemented. It is expected that the government will roll out an extensive palliatives even to the poorest of the poor to cushion the effect of subsidy removal. Kunle Ojo, Galaxy TV.